Just like a damn Kentuckian. Vic, you want to lead it off, buddy?
What are we doing?
We're here. It's we're grilling and chilling today. Here's our episode, our first episode of 2020.
Happy New Year.
Happy Hanukkah.
Yeah, Merry Kwanzaa.
Well, yeah, Kwanzaa, yeah, all that
Hanukkah's
stuff.
over, man.
Well,
Once you get your
yeah.
holidays straight,
You know.
there's only one holiday, and it's Happy New Year.
There we go.
I don't know what else you're talking about.
Well, I don't either, really.
I know. Most of our fans don't know what you're talking about.
Well, that's true too.
All right.
So,
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. We did have it until we start talking about happy everything else, but what your holiday it is. All right, so tell us what's going on.
It sucks getting old.
Yes, it does. Because you're like 105.
Add about 3 more on there.
But you look really good. That's true.
I'm smaller than him, and he can move around better than I can.
Smaller than who?
You.
Well, yeah, you are. Look at you.
We are here
And
today.
you're uglier.
No,
Oh, well, yeah.
I'm the better looking.
Ask him. Any uglier?
No, who's
Say
better?
no.
Everybody knows Beardicous. If you're from Orlando, you know who Beardicous is. This is Beardicous. They call him Beardicous. He goes by William Barry on Facebook if you want to follow. Everybody knows Sean Holcomb over there. State your name.
Oh, my name's Kristen.
That's Kristen. State your name.
Kate.
That's Kate. They belong to the other good-looking guys over there.
Right belong.
That's right. See. But we're here. We're talking to Sean. We're gonna do some music. We're talking barbecue. We're talking cooking. Thanks to our sponsors, Papa Rico's for the spaghetti sauce and the spices. We want to also thank the Fire Pit Company USA for our grill, and we just got a brand new a cooker from the Pit Barrel Cooker Company
Out of Louisville, Kentucky.
out of Louisville, Kentucky. So we want to thank them too. If you're ever interested in sponsoring one of our events or our videos, let us know. We'll get you hooked up. We'll get you set up, and hey, we'll demonstrate your product live on the air. So we're doing this from the studio here, outside the studio, because the studio is just a little bit too small. So we got everybody sitting around here. So welcome everybody, Sean. Glad to see you, buddy.
Man, thanks for the invite.
What's shaking? I hear you're ruffling some feathers over at Old Reds there, making some waves and making some wins there, and kicking some butt and taking names.
We had a good time. We did the final round for the Battle of the Bands, and it's kind of cool the way they did it. They had Old Red Nashville, Old Red Gatlinburg, and Oklahoma, and then Orlando that we played at. And yeah, John, my fiddle player, he and I did the last round in December 9th, and gave Orlando a good win. And that's cool. We'll see what develops from there this year. Hopefully, as the rest of the country starts easing up their restrictions and letting things open up, we might hopefully be on the road.
We'll try to keep politics out of it, but sometimes it never works with us.
How long did it last?
I know. Last time I think we made maybe 10 minutes before we started talking about it. So it's hard for us to do anything without talking about some kind of politics. And being the fact that today what's going on, that just makes it even 10 times worse. But Beardicous, welcome, aka William, aka Bill, aka Pressure Cleaner Guy. AKA everything breaks on him when he pulls his trailer out the driveway. What's going on, man?
Well,
You staying busy or what?
I was, but first day back to work Monday after New Year's on the way to a job in Maitland, and my high pressure oil pump went out. And for all you diesel guys, you know the stress that I'm going through with that. So I had to have it towed back to Winter Garden from Maitland, and it's sitting in front of my house tore apart now.
Oh damn. I was going to call yesterday when I asked you where he was because I got AAA. If you'd been over this side of town, I could have had you towed home for free. You got AAA, right?
Nope.
Man, you could have got towed
But
home
I'm
for
friends
free.
with Dennis Johnson, so
Well, there you go. That's what.
Thanks, Dennis.
So tell me, what do you guys like to cook?
Do you cook?
Or do you cook? I know he does, and I know this one does too.
Yeah, nothing special really for me. I mean, yeah, well, most of my cooking, I'm from a family of 8 kids. So growing up, Mom always basically just fill you up and get you, you know.
Right.
And
Get you out of our kitchen.
a lot of spaghetti, a lot of rice. I hate rice to this day. I can't even look at it. I think because it just had so much of it as a kid. But normally my cooking is I'll make a whole bunch of, you know, grilled chicken or steaks or whatever, and then I just don't have to worry about cooking for the next few days. The last thing I did was coleslaw. I figured out a recipe for coleslaw. I started making my own coleslaw from scratch, and that's pretty.
That sounds pretty good.
It's not
How'd
everybody
that turn out?
coleslaw. They're like, oh yeah, let's get some cabbage and put some cream in it, and that's coleslaw.
It's coleslaw, something serious.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, but.
All right.
I
So
should've
how come you
brought
didn't bring some with us?
I should have. Dang it! I didn't think about it. I've got some in the fridge too.
Yeah, we could have had some coleslaw. We wouldn't have anything else to go with it. We didn't have
All
coleslaw.
right, I'll be right back.
Yeah, let me really have some coleslaw. We'll see you at 6:30.
What's your favorite thing to eat when it comes to barbecue? Let's say, well, just say anything, but barbecue. You know, I mean, we've already done a couple. Well, we've done one cooking show. We demonstrated one of the grills that we had, and we were impressed. For a couple of steaks that we did on the grill, they turned out real good, and it was stainless steel, and I mean the grill was only about it's about this big, about that tall. You can use it for a small little fire pit, or you can use it as a charcoal grill. And so one side's got grates in it, and the other side is a flat stainless steel side, so you can use it as a flat plate. Or you can use it as a grill.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
What's
it turned out real good.
what's the brand of that?
That's the Fire Pit Company USA. It's
Okay.
yeah,
It's a good traveling.
It is. It's on the road type traveling thing.
Put it in your back of your truck.
Back of your truck. It's got it all carries in a stainless steel, basically like a case, like a briefcase. But when all 5 pieces are put together in a case, it's heavy. It ain't light. It's because it's all stainless steel
It's like
too.
a transformer.
Right. Yeah. Pretty much.
Together.
But it's cool. We got 15 watchers already. So we're doing good.
So what do y'all grill? You grill besides steak and chicken? Anything else? And coleslaw.
I smoked a turkey not too long ago in not a great charcoal grill, but it was like one of the big drums that when you close the lid, it was closed on this side and you had a gap like that on the other side, and you had to like try to. It was all it was a hand-me-down, but
Those are the best.
I think I smoked that thing for almost 12 hours, and it was the best turkey I think I'd ever had personally.
I love smoked turkey. Smoked turkey can be good if you do it right. I mean, it can be juicy. It can have a nice flavor to it. Good dark color.
I don't know that I did it right, but I got lucky. I got lucky. I think I don't claim to be.
In other words, you didn't blow up the turkey, right?
Did not. It was edible and it wasn't dry, so that's a win.
As long as it's not dry.
What do you make?
That's hard
Man,
to
so
do.
basic
Turkey.
burgers, wings,
Yeah.
hot dog or two. She doesn't eat them raw.
What?
Raw, there's
She-
Raw hot dog or raw hamburgers? Or
Hot dog.
Hot dog.
You don't eat raw
only
hot dogs?
Oscar Mayer, and they're not raw, they're fully cooked.
So open the package.
They're
eat
just
it.
not heated.
I used to, yeah.
Yeah.
I used to do that when
I knew a guy that kept them in the freezer and would pull them out and eat them like a popsicle.
Ooh.
Yeah. Of course, they were Oscar Mayers too.
Yeah.
Those
I
are the
couldn't
only things you
imagine.
can eat.
That's hardcore.
Yeah, it is. I'm like, give me some Vienna sausages, and that's about as extent as I'm going to go as far as I can.
Yeah, I like to throw sausage on the grill. I think probably my favorite thing on the grill is fresh fish.
Oh, yeah.
Go out and catch some, clean them up, put them right on the grill.
Straight from the lake.
Straight out of the water. Yep.
Yeah.
That's the only way.
There's a lot of places like that. I tell people with Gary Day, they got places over on the coast. That do. You go fishing out in the ocean, and they bring it right in. They'll cook it right at the restaurant.
Oh yeah.
I said it's pretty cool. That's why we didn't have things like that.
What's that?
It's like we'll put out here in Lake Jessup. You bring in whatever you get out of Lake Jessup, and then we'll cook it for them.
We need to get a couple. We need to get a couple alligators out of Lake Jessup. Though.
I pulled my gator out of Jessup.
Yeah.
Next time you
I'll
cook,
cook a few gators.
next time you go get gators, Nick will cook it for you because he's cooked gator before.
I've cooked several.
Several, yeah.
As a matter of fact, I was supposed to go to the World Championship barbecue thing in Memphis. We saw about Tennessee over there, the Memphis in May.
Yeah.
And they wanted me to bring a gator out and cook for Kingsford Chocolate, which Kingsford's not even one of my sponsors.
They're still planning on doing that.
And
You know they canceled the Grammys. That's
just the Grammys. This is barbecue.
Well, no.
Yeah.
I know. It's basically in the same general area,
right?
Right, yeah, well, I mean, we're outside, the Grammys are inside of the living room or something, and then they have that. But yeah, it was last year before they canceled, I was gonna go and cook for some people, and then they canceled, so hopefully this year, I'll be in Memphis.
So we need to get you a gator to take us there.
Well, yeah,
There you go.
yeah.
I like Bill's Facebook post. Oh man, the unfriendly.
Oh,
The
the unfriendly
unfriendly
that
that
happened
happened
today.
today.
It's already happened to me.
For
Oh,
the
really?
Trump protests, Trump protests
Lost
are
a few
going on.
Downtown liberals.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Should we get into politics now, or are we still waiting?
I like Corey Powers, his status for today. All caps. I have a belly button.
Oh, yeah.
What do you ladies like to cook? Are you more indoor cooking or outdoor
Apparently,
cooking?
she eats raw hot dogs.
Well, yeah, she likes raw hot dogs.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I'll-
You know we're gonna put you on the spot. You're sitting right in front of the camera. Did you not think I wasn't gonna ask you a question?
I mean, I'll cook anything. I don't know. Probably the favorite is burgers and hot dogs, honestly. I do like ribs.
Is that the easiest thing for you to cook? What's your favorite thing to cook and your easiest thing to cook?
Easiest would be hot dogs and hamburgers. Favorite thing to cook. Me and my dad do wings. And brisket. He does brisket and smoker. I'm more on the supervisor of that though. I supervise it.
You're more of a
That'd be my
supervisor.
favorite
Yeah.
meat to grab off the grills.
Oh, I love brisket. I think
Supervise it.
Now,
Walmart's got a good one on sale. It's like less than $2 a pound, which is unheard of. But they got some nice sized briskets going on, so I may have to pick one up.
I heard guacamole. You put it right up there on the top shelf beside his coleslaw.
Oh, yeah.
That's real shit. I cuss on here, sorry.
That's it. That's internet. You can do whatever the hell you want.
As long
So
as
you're saying her guacamole can beat up my
Well, I said they can hang out. They can
You're
go
two
to,
separate
they can go to
households.
Dolly's together and drink a Busch Light.
They can beat-
Yeah.
Share meat stick.
Well, yeah, it also depends on how you make
a
a
raw
coleslaw.
hot dog.
If you make the coleslaw right, if it's not too sour and it's a little bit sweet, that's a perfect coleslaw for me. It's not too dry and it's not too wet. It's just right.
I use pulled pork with some of that coleslaw on it, top it.
I don't
Smear
like
of
coleslaw on my
guacamole.
pork sandwiches. I'm sorry. I just don't.
I always like, if I'm having barbecue, I've got the beans, and the coleslaw, and they just end up right together. Like,
Yeah, on your own, but not put it on your sandwich.
Oh, yeah.
I love mixing the two, yeah.
Oh, I just create them as a fly, man. Like you spread the guacamole on a bun like you would, like mayonnaise or something, which is coleslaw in there, and it's nice good pulled pork. Oh, it's like grandma.
Man, she probably understand.
Well, yeah. She probably still right up there.
Your brother says hi.
Oh, man. There, oh,
Which,
Mike, or
my
your brother,
My
Mike.
brother.
He's he's Vic's brother up in Kentucky. He's a retired chef, and he's probably our only athletic supporter of this podcast.
right on.
But
I feel like being a chef, a retired chef, is kind of like being, like in the Corps, like where they say, you're never an ex-Marine, you're always, always a Marine.
yeah.
I feel like if you retired from cooking, you're still always gonna be. a
Oh, he's
chef.
still always cooking.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
all the time posting things about what he's cooking at the house, and him and his wife. And they're all the time cooking stuff up.
What's the weirdest thing you guys have ever done, or most unusual thing?
I grew up with some octopus.
Oh, yeah.
I think that would be octopus and squid. That's when I first started cooking, but now I'm pretty much there ain't really nothing that surprises me.
Yeah.
I mean, oysters.
I'm looking for
I love
a lot.
oysters. There's a lot of people.
And I want to hook up with somebody from down in the Everglades that do the python run. I want to smoke a python.
Yeah, they were talking.
They're
about
talking about that.
those maybe showing up on menus if scientists could be
Yep.
out there.
Yeah.
But they're saying it's too much mercury in the snakes.
Whatever. They say it shows mercury.
They say that in fish too. Yeah.
But up north, I mean, a lot of these things are crazy now. But I was noticing some menus up in New York that they have rabbit on the menu, and I'm like, shoot, I grew up on rabbit. And so they cut all these fake stuff, all this fancy stuff. I'm like, what is the hillbilly
Rabbit.
stuff
I
y'all
actually
like?
have a rabbit with me.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, looky there.
Yeah, how'd
I
they
got a
taste?
recipe for rabbits too if you want.
I don't think we get much on that.
I picked it over pretty good. Sorry.
Ain't any bones left on that.
My buddy from down the suburban, out in the woods where we're at, he picked up a license to go hunt python. that it wasn't that hard. And he went down there and got a couple like 14, 16 footers. He's like,
Oh, yeah.
they're easy to hunt. You just walk out and there they are.
Matt Zoller sells Sean's Slaw is fire.
Yeah.
Hey, that's bad. Matt, are you eating a bowl of it right now?
Yeah. Well, what's he eating? What you eating, Matt? A bowl of it?
Well, you tell your buddy he can have the skin and make him a belt and pair of boots out of it. If you bring me the python,
Yeah.
I'll throw it on my smoker.
I'd like to try it. I mean, I've had rattlesnakes.
I've had rattlesnake, but I've had it fried. I've never had it smoked. That's kind of what I'm looking for to do.
Didn't they up the number of tags that you could get for the gator hunt now, or is it still?
Still two.
It's still 2.
Yeah.
I thought they would open it wide open because Lake Jessup is just flooded.
Yeah.
They say it's hard to hunt because so many people's out there. And I'm sure there's some people that's watching this gonna correct
All
me.
you need is a bang stick.
But if
You gotta hook them for it.
if I'm correct, you win 2 in the lottery.
Right.
I used to, after a certain amount of time, people that didn't pay for their tags that they won, they would like go for public sale at midnight.
Yeah.
On a certain night, you can buy them for $75 a piece.
Yeah.
I don't think they're doing that anymore. I think you have to pay for it as soon as you get chosen. But I didn't get, last year was the first time I didn't win tags. So I think.
How much are the tags going
I think it
for?
runs like 286 total.
For 2?
Yeah.
Well,
You get one big ass gator.
Yeah, if you get one
back.
big gator, you'll get that back in just a tail hunt. So.
Yeah, it's just fun to do, man.
Oh, I enjoy it. I love gator hunting.
It wasn't until I was at a place that we play at quite a bit, JV's Fish Camp out there in New Smyrna. And that was the first time I had gator tail that wasn't fried. And they do it blackened.
Mm-hmm.
And God, it was chewy, melted.
Yeah, it tastes different, yeah.
Awesome.
That's what I tell people when they go up north and put this gator out there. They're like, oh man, it tastes just like chicken. I'm like, actually, suppose you boys had it fried.
Yep.
You have it cooked any other way, it'll have a whole different ball wax to it. And it's like fish. It'll take on whatever flavor you put on there.
Yeah.
And I love to.
There's a huge difference in gator as far as farm raised and wild caught.
Of
There's
course.
a huge difference in taste.
Yeah.
Well, the texture too.
Yeah.
Too.
I think wild caught's better. Wild caught anything better than meat.
Get that nice Lake Jessup flavor.
You don't even. It's crazy.
What what do y'all think of the mess that's going on?
Why, this show?
The show. Listen, Mr. Cartel. Oh yeah, by the way, if you need a chimney or if you need a cooker, or actually a grill / chimney / smoker, go check out Chimney Cartel. You can go get them on their page. You can find them at chimneycartel.com on Facebook. He's got brand new grills for sale right now. They're not available yet, right?
They will be soon.
They will be soon, but you can pre-order them, so make sure you go get them. Matt says he's eating a big old bowl right now.
A gator?
No, of coleslaw.
Finish it up.
We want some.
Oh, yeah.
But they're going to have a little bit of shine a little bit later, so that'll go good with that coleslaw when they get there. So,
Well, where is it at? How come it's not here?
Yeah.
the shine's here. They just said they wanted to wait until after they started,
We'll
they get a little
bring
rowdy.
the shine after we talk about politics.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We're gonna get your show kicked off the air here in a minute.
Speaking of coleslaw, we always talk about when we do bike out of Cabbage Patch, me and Supa. We always make jokes and stuff about, we're going to Arthur Trucher's after the coleslaw wrestling, things like that. So, this past year we didn't get to do the coleslaw wrestling because of the COVID. But of course, there's rumors it's been flying that they're not doing Bike Week this year, and they put a stop to that real quick. Bike Week is going on no matter what.
Yeah.
But my opinion is it's all BS. I mean, that's just.
I've never seen the coleslaw.
Let's see, this will be my 7th year that I've been out there. So, and Dave's been out there, I think, a few years longer than me.
Yeah.
So, you need to come out, man. It's
It's worth
interesting.
seeing once.
Yeah, once.
Well, is it true that they'll take the coleslaw and package it and people can?
No,
Okay, I've heard.
The coleslaw. The only thing the coleslaw, what Roger does is he orders it, and I think another reason too was that they didn't do it this year is because they didn't get it ordered in fast enough because there wasn't enough coleslaw to do. So he normally brings them in by truckloads. I think it takes like 1 or 2 truckloads of actual headed cabbage. He's got a shredder on the back of his Kubota that he pulls up that hill, sits on that hill, and he'll shred it in there. Once they shred all the coleslaw, then he brings in 5 gallons of oil and dumps it in the coleslaw. But that's all they put in there. They don't put nothing else in there. The Food and Drug Administration told them you can't put nothing else in there because it's considered a biohazard for females because it could cause problems. It's with the mayonnaise and the stuff that you would normally put in coleslaw. They don't actually make it real coleslaw.
Gotcha.
Looking out for the girls while they're.
I guess so.
That doesn't mean the
When they got shirts and shorts flying off and everything, I guess
Afraid to have a little mayonnaise in the butt.
You know, that's between you and.
I was gonna say, you know about this house? But yeah, so what's your favorite side to go with barbecue besides coleslaw? We've already talked about coleslaw.
I think garlic bread.
I think cornbread would be for me.
Really?
I like barbecue and cornbread.
Sonny's got us with the
So
garlic.
yeah, that's that. I was gonna say Sonny. Yeah, Sonny's the garlic bread. Our cornbread is like the bomb.
Collard
greens.
Yeah,
I like
that's
cream
good
spinach.
stuff.
Fried okra.
I like cream spinach. Boston Market's cream spinach is good.
I'm
Fried
a potato
okra.
salad.
Fried okra is good.
All right, take us out. Yeah,
Wrap jalapenos.
I'm from the South through and through. That's one thing I never did into was the collard greens. Collard, any of the greens, collards, mustards, any of that stuff. I just like, oh, man.
Yeah, they're the bomb. I started eating those before I started eating spinach. I just could never get past the taste of spinach until I started eating collard.
That's the reason why you don't have any muscle.
Yeah. I had it when I was younger. Listen, you old fart.
Yeah. Still better.
We did eat a delicious hog.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's what's nice about Florida. You can go hog hunting anytime.
The Cubans that have a camp right behind mine, out in Holcomb, they were smoking a hog. They built the smoker out of slats of tin for a tin roof.
Mhm.
I just was asking, what the hell they keep burning in there? And I said, go look at that whole hog, fresh one.
Oh, wow.
And they're all splayed out. That son of a bitch was good.
Really? Did they catch it? Did they catch it out
I
there?
was gonna say, they get it out there at Hall.
I don't know. They just said it's fresh. They just killed it.
They had, yeah. They had
I'd say they got it right there.
They made us a plate leftovers. They were chopping up parts of the head, the jaw, and everything. We got it back to the camp, and look, it still had hair in it.
Mac and cheese is another good side. Mike says cowboy beans.
Mm.
What all goes in cowboy beans?
Okay.
Sure.
Everything? I mean, I thought beans was just beans.
You can make it.
Well, the way I-
Beans, you can just do anything.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
right.
that's it. My buddy Brendan, we did a little fire pit cookout. My dad makes these fire pits. He started it kind of as a hobby,
Mhm.
and it's basically just I don't know, maybe 6x6 tabletop. That's
Are we talking in-ground pits or above ground?
it's above ground. It's
Okay.
like a piece of outdoor furniture almost.
Oh, okay.
And then it's got it's got this little table side that's all nice and made out of wood, but he has his basket of mesh inside of the side of the frame, and you put your burn shell or whatever your actual fire pit inside, and you backfill it with lava rock. So all that wood construction stays cool. That lava rock dissipates all the heat. Anyways, my dad made one for a buddy of ours when we went out there and delivered it to Sanford. He lives right off Jessup, and just cooked dinner over the fire, just hot dogs and whatever. And my buddy Brendan, he had this thing called bone dogs.
What are they called?
He calls them bone dogs.
Bone dogs?
He's like, dude, Brendan's free fantasy here. He's like, dude, you have bone dogs. Like, you haven't even had a hot dog. You gotta try a bone dog. I'm like, well, we're all eating the same thing. So what do? He takes the end of the hot dog and he cuts it just like an X.
Mhm.
And then when you cook it over the fire, they kind of curl up and it looks like a dog bone or something at the end, but they get real crispy. Yeah, it's really cool.
A crispy hot dog.
Just on the tip. Yeah, just on the ends.
Just on the end.
Yeah.
I'll try
It's
it.
like burnt tips.
I've
or
never had a
something.
burnt hot dog before.
Bone dogs. Yeah. Try them out.
Well, try it. We'll put it on that pit barrel one week.
Maybe.
Whatever.
We got, let's see, we got 2 pork butts that we can do. We're gonna do on the pit.
Why aren't those here?
They're here, they're just not far. Hey, you can, when we do one of our lives, you can come over and cook with us.
Play some music while we cook.
Yeah,
There
we're
we go.
Yeah, bring some coleslaw.
And right there. And, yeah, and we need to get, some baked beans and some mac and cheese, so yeah, there you go. Shoot. What, What would you say is better cooking, the South or the North?
Man, I don't like talking politics, but,
Yeah.
I think, I might be partial just because I'm born and raised third generation in the South. I think we got it.
You gotta be.
I think we got it.
See, I was born in Canton, Ohio, but I've lived here all my life. He's from Kentucky. I think it could be a tie between South or North. You know, like I love iced
No
tea.
way, you only
I
have
love
grits up north.
Huh?
They only have grits up north, y'all lost.
And they don't even have tea up north. They have stuff that passes, they say it's tea, but it's not really tea.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you can't get a sweet tea.
Well, maybe we should go to Kentucky and show them how to cook.
Wow. Shots fired.
You know who the cook is in the show.
Whatever. All you do is put them on the grill. I heat the oven.
Right there, how do you heat the oven? I like to heat the oven.
What tell us a little bit about what you do as far as, because he's also a member of the Florida Barbecue Association. He's a published author on when it comes to barbecuing and cooking. What's going on in your neck of the woods for this year?
Oh man, well, that's what we were just talking about before the show is, or I guess during the show in the Gator, Memphis in May, just trying to get some of that stuff going, cooking. I got a competition coming up soon, so it's a lot of stuff going on. I do a lot of food sport, a lot of food competitions, and finished third in desserts in the world. So,
Okay.
And when they do Bloody Marys, they're not your just average Bloody Mary at Foxhead. We're talking about it makes them look like a damn flower arrangement. Some of the ones that I've seen.
Yeah, we had one contest. They put a whole chicken on top of it.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, it was crazy. That was small.
It was one of the.
I guess it's like
yeah,
like
like
a quarter
like
sand.
a quarter sand, yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy.
One had a couple sliders on them, hamburger sliders.
There's one, I saw a picture of it. They had a whole pepperoni pizza on it. It was crazy. So that's what we do. We just travel around and cook.
What was the dessert that you placed with?
A plum cake. So it was a lemon cake with plums around it, and slices of plums, and then a fruit tart. It had it was all, I call it a taste of Florida. It had nothing but Florida fruit in it, a key lime custard and a bunch of Florida fruit, Florida strawberries and all that stuff. Yeah, so it was quite nice. It looked good.
Yeah.
You have done an upside down pineapple cake in a skillet,
I've
in
done
a cast iron skillet.
I've done, yeah, about all my desserts anymore. I'm getting done doing them on the grill instead of in an oven. So I'm like, everybody can cook in an oven. Let's put some of this stuff on a grill. And so I'm trying to
I've
work
seen a
through-
few people that know how to cook in the oven.
Yeah, well, I should too. But I want to eventually go through the Betty Crocker cookbook and do the whole thing on the grill. Like take a recipe after recipe, just cook it on the grill like they used to do back in the day. I mean, everything we eat today was at one time cooked on an open fire, or on a grill, or something like that. So I'm like, why not go back to it?
Sean's dad makes one of the best desserts I've ever had.
It's cobbler.
That peach cobbler.
cobbler.
Peach cobbler,
Yeah.
big old vanilla ice cream side of it.
He was following, I can't remember the guy's name on, he's got a YouTube channel. He takes basically, he's got like a covered wagon. He always cooks by it. He's got a dog and whatever. He did one where he went through a Taco Bell and got a Crunch Wrap Supreme, right? And he tried it out. And he's like, man, there's no meat in this thing. Like, oh, there it is. Like, he's dissecting it. So then he goes back and he makes the Cowboy Crunch Wrap Supreme over fire. Good Lord. Yeah. But my dad picked up this recipe of cooking a cobbler over the fire in a big cast iron thing. It's remarkable.
I like, it's got cherry, let's see, it's like a strawberry cobbler, but it's got the real sugary crumbs, the crisp on it. It's, it kind of like that, but it could be strawberry or it could be cherry, it could be different flavors, but it's I think we used to call it crumb cake, kind of like a crumb cake, but it was almost like a cobbler, but not quite as I wish I knew it was, but yeah, I like anything sweet. That's why I look the way I look.
Oh yeah.
What can I say?
We would have to do it tonight. She had a loaded sweet potato. And I guess the loaded sweet potato.
With
was-
cinnamon and sugar.
And I was eating, my regular potato and a steak. And she was like, have a bite. I'm like, I do not want anything sweet. Like, I just like, your palate is,
You're
that's
done.
good for dessert, but I don't want anything sweet with dinner. Like, just
Those are actually better for you than a regular potato, believe it or not.
Where we
Yeah,
at?
oh, I
Texas
know.
They're
Roadhouse?
probably not loaded down with marshmallows.
Well, yeah.
Sugar and butter.
Are you at Texas
But
Roadhouse?
that's just the extra.
Yeah.
What's Texas Roadhouse like? I ain't been there yet. Is it pretty good?
Yeah.
Fine, good, man.
It's a chain
It's a
restaurant.
Yeah.
Just anything else. I got decent steak.
What's your favorite cut of meat?
Me?
I'll ask you first. What's your favorite cut of meat?
Frozen hot dog
Well, okay, it has to come from a cow
or a pig
or a pig
or a chicken
or a chicken.
or a fish.
Well, now wait a minute. That is a hot dog because it's all mixed in. Right.
I don't know. I just go big T-bone steak.
T-bone. What's your favorite?
I normally go for a filet, like Pittsburgh rare. Some hoisin butter.
She's getting sophisticated all the time.
I do have to eat it rare though. Go along with the raw hot dog. My steak has to be. I like it nice and crispy on the
Yeah, not raw hot
outside,
dogs,
but
rare
the
hot
center
dogs.
is gotta be like. That's how I like it. It's not
Get
still alive still.
Get the tank.
it.
You're getting a text. Tell them you're busy right now. Hey, everybody that's texting BEARDICOUS, shut up for a minute.
Leave me alone, liberals.
What about you, Sean?
Outside of a fried bologna, I think.
Right.
You really like fried bologna?
Oh man, you live at home. Fried bologna is
Fried bologna's the best.
But I like ribeye. I like ribeye.
Ribeye's your best cut of meat, I think.
I just love it. Like even like all the extra fat and everything around it. Like, it's just a
Just a Wagyu ribeye, man, it'll melt in your mouth. I mean, none of us can afford it.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's pretty good.
If you got enough money in gold, you can liquidate
Exactly.
something. Try that. What are those things run for a pound?
Probably about $50 per ounce, or $50 an ounce. Yeah, so it's expensive.
Yeah, for Wagyu.
Oh, especially you get it straight from Japan.
I'm gonna say a big chunk of spam.
You do.
Yeah, I'm not serious.
You do
at all.
have to be.
Yeah, I
I
just-
hate that shit.
But I was saying,
Can't
you know,
eat
they
that
got a whole
shit.
cookbook for spam, and
Yeah,
the Hawaiians love it. I'm like, all right. So
I'm gonna have to go with the ribeye, man.
You ever
Or
heard?
porterhouse.
Yeah. What's that?
Porterhouse is good.
What's Scrabble? You guys know what that is?
Yeah, that's the thing they do up north. It's horrible.
Because we were at Linda's Diner in Winter Park, and they had, I think was it on the menu there?
Yeah.
And like we asked this, I was like, what is that? She's like, well, it's kind of like a meat cube with the meat inside. She goes, if you don't know what it is, don't order it.
Yeah.
I was like, okay.
Yeah, they usually have a lot of it up north. And it's just a hodgepodge of meat,
I think
just
she
crushed
said it was a
together.
northern thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And last time I was in like Delaware or someplace. Oh, let's get a scrapple biscuit. I'm like, okay, let's try it. I'm like, yeah, I'm not doing that again.
Was it good?
No, I don't.
What
I
cut
don't
of the
like.
horse was it from?
Yeah, shoot, man, I'm not sure if it was anything live.
It was Chinese.
Someone's dog went missing.
Yeah.
Scrapple's on the menu again.
Scrapple, yeah. What you see, you're out, man. Chinese stuff.
I think my grandmother made it before, because my whole family's from Ohio. Ashland, Mansfield.
I got my family's in Akron, Youngstown, Dayton, Dover, Marietta, Kent, and I was born in Kent.
How many are there?
There's a lot of us.
Wow, that's great.
You have ribbles?
It's, I
I
like
don't even
rickets.
know how to, I don't even know how to explain what they are. My grandmother used to make them, they were delicious. They were like,
It's been so long since I've been back up there. I haven't been back up there since high school.
I don't know how to explain what the hell they are.
It sounds
But
great.
it's an Amish dish, and a lot of Amish make them. You know, my family's up there with them.
So you're Amish.
Can't you tell by the beard?
I can see. He's got a mustache.
Bill's he's still on his what's that journey?
Yeah, I'm on my room Springer still.
How long have you been growing that thing now?
I've had it probably 7 or 8 years.
I cannot get mine to do anything I want to.
I let it get long,
Sound
and
like
I
girls
trim
talking
it.
about hair, don't they?
I get pissed off after a while and I just shave it because it's not doing what I want it to do.
I have trouble.
Yeah, I had short hair last year, and then
You're real fast, man.
just let it go.
Yeah.
I was like girl from Frozen, just let it go.
We should start calling you Jesus. Jesus.
Well, let's talk some music.
Well, wait a minute. I'm not done yet.
I'm ready for some music. Man.
Just chill.
We bring in music guests, and they got the guitar sitting over
I know, but we won't do a 2-hour show. We'll We'll just do an hour, so we're good.
All right.
My favorite is a prime rib. I'm better than yours.
Well,
Prime rib is the best, especially when it's rare, nice and juicy, and with a little bit of hot juice sauce on it. That's
The
the shit.
horseradish.
And horseradish, that's the shit.
yeah, well, prime rib is all right. It's from the same part of the cow as a rib eye.
Well, I know.
So,
It's just the
and
way
it's
it's cooked.
prime because it's a prime cut. It's the way it was created. But yeah, it's pretty good. Medium rare,
Medium rare, yes.
horseradish,
You ever,
Samaju.
you ever had goat?
I have had good.
You can't rule goat out as being damn good, man. We had goat ribs one time at a barbecue.
Yeah, I'd like to. You can get a good goat like $4 a pound for a 20-pound goat. You do all right. Grab one, put it on a spit, roast it.
Man, it was good.
You ever heard of a sport called Peru?
Uh-uh.
It's like polo on horseback, and there's like six riders, 6 horses on each team, and on each end of the field they have big giant concrete like barrels, call it that, that are probably 6 foot wide, and it's the object is to get this dead goat
Decapitated.
that's head's cut off, that's the ball, into your hole. And it's in Kyrgyzstan. And it's like the every year it is the Super Bowl of this country. And you ought to look it up. That it's on Netflix.
What's it called?
Coke Peru. And if you go on Netflix, there's a series called Home Game, and it has these sports that you've never heard of that are like the biggest deal in these different countries. And that was the big one. But it was like whoever wins this thing is like presidential status for the country. But it is.
Yeah, that'd be
How do you
really
get the head? How do you get the head to roll around straight?
No, they cut the head off. You have the entire goat body, and that is your ball.
Oh, the body, not the head.
Not the head. It's the whole body. So I mean, you gotta think the weight of this thing, and these guys
Oh yeah.
on horses scooping them up. These are like the best riders in the world, and they're fighting each other and just trying to get this headless goat into their thing. And it's like 5,000-year-old tradition. in this
Oh,
country.
that'd be fun to watch.
Wyatt Termy won
Coke
it.
Brewery, Stephen Broadwell actually
Oh.
turned me up. Yeah, imagine that. Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's yeah, pretty weird.
Oh man.
What's going on with your latest single that you got out? Tell us about it.
Sure. Yeah, we just put a single. So it was funny. We had a couple shows canceled, and I was like, man, I need to do something. And this was a few months ago. So I went online and I did like the international songwriting competition and the American songwriting competition. I was like, you know what? You pay like $25 to make your song, lyrics, and all that for review. And then I kind of forgot about it. And then I woke up one day and a friend of mine in Nashville, she was a songwriter, Shannon LaBrie, had tagged me in a post with a few other people. I was like, hey, I can't believe they announced the top 35 for the American Songwriter. And it's so good to see my friends in here. And my name was on it. No way. So out of like over 20 some odd thousand people, they had like 35 finalists. And the panel of judges, 10 judges from Ziggy Marley to Clay, Zach Brown, the head of New West Records, Grace Potter, a whole bunch of
Oh, wow.
people.
Names.
Yeah, and they're all definitely listening to my song, and they're going to announce the winner December 1st, and we hadn't released the song yet. I was like, oh shoot, that's a week away,
Right.
and getting a song released through distribution, usually that they need like 4 weeks notice.
Right.
So we had to work pretty hard to try to get it out there, and we got it released on December 1st. We didn't end up winning competition, but it was cool to be in that area, with a bunch of big names. So we released it December 1st, and I just checked earlier today, and it had surpassed plays on Spotify that our last single re-released in March.
Wow.
Yeah, so in less than a month, when our campaign started on Spotify alone, we got over 20,000 streams on it.
That's really good.
Yeah, it's nice, and it's kind of a game to get it on playlists, to get,
Right.
a lot of, people that follow these playlists, and it's definitely a business.
And what's the name of it? Sorry, Mr. You know?
Yeah, the name of the single is called "Let You Leave," and yeah, it's live on all the platforms now. We're even on TikTok.
Oh, wow.
No kidding.
I don't know if we're doing it. That's what we're trying to figure out. Is something to do with TikTok. I don't know.
Still on TikTok.
Yeah, well,
Ask her, she's a TikTok nerd nut.
I am not.
who, this one?
I
Oh,
just watch it.
shit.
Watch it.
All mine's
I don't
food
know
related.
anything about it.
So it's nothing.
I think Florida is going to be it for 2021 when it comes to music because,
TikTok?
well, no, well, just for music in general, because people from Nashville are coming down to Florida to play events because Florida is the only state that's open right
And Texas.
Thank
And
you
well,
for
and
saying
Texas.
this.
Yeah, even Texas too. But I think people are coming. They're going to come from that because I mean they're already coming from Nashville. I know there's a bunch of shows that's going to be done over in Fort Myers and Holiday. Allie Colleen, she's coming down to do a bunch of them. There's a bunch of write arounds that's going to be popping up here. That's what you ought to get into is the songwrite rounds. Because I know they got the big one in Key West every year. I don't know if they're going to do that this year.
I don't know. Yeah, even right now, Key West is on curfews and stuff still,
Mhm.
like that part of Florida, I think.
Oh yeah, that's because there's only one road in, one road out. It's just one big street basically.
That's probably my favorite place.
Key
Yeah,
West.
yeah.
I went down there one time. This is when I first got married back in the late '90s, and because we got a timeshare. Our family goes down there, and we went.
Really?
We went down for Fantasy Fest.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, that was interesting. We're right there.
That's a
We're,
good sign.
we have a holiday, right there, the holiday suites, right there at the very end of the dock where the boats come in. We sat right there in our condo and watched Speed 2 being filmed at the old Navy base right there on the water. We watched them at night filming it and how they do it. They got big old pipes hanging over top of the ships and everything. And was, depicted. It's raining on. It was actually pretty cool. Yeah, we went down. That's when I didn't know anything about Fantasy Fest. But yeah, basically it's just Mardi Gras with clothing options.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Well,
you
Mardi
know.
Gras that way it's about too.
Well, no, but down in Key West you can get away with it.
You know, they paved Duval over all the historic brick. They paved
They
right
paved
over
over
the brick.
top of all the brick.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
All the
Because
logos
right
are
next door is the
super
Hemingway.
tall.
Right next door to our condo is the Hemingway house.
Yeah.
And yeah, we see all the cats running around and stuff like
Six-toed
that.
cats and
Six-toed.
shit.
I love the Hemingway.
That old Fisher, he used to sit right there at that bar next to the Hemingway. You had a condo, you had the Hemingway house, and you had the strip. The start of the bars, I want to say it wasn't Dirty Harry, it was one of the bars, but he would be on the balcony on the second floor right there at that bar all the time before he passed away, and he sat right there and just drank his days away, basically. But I'd love to have had a chance to talk to him about some of them old stuff that he's found, and I'm sure he probably knew there were tons more out there that people didn't know
That's
about.
about Mel Fisher.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah. What
Let's hear a song.
hold on. Why don't you ask questions since I'm doing all asking?
Well, that's what I said. Can we hear a song?
What?
That was
You
a
can't-
question.
That's supposed to be at the end.
Why?
Because that's where they can start drinking once we sing.
All right.
I'm with him. Do we hear a song?
That's
Well,
right. We
well,
got a
here-
song.
no.
We have a song here. He'll be happy. Jeez.
I want people to hear
We'll
it.
play a song and then we'll talk some more and we'll play another song.
I want to hear this song.
Oh, I don't forget those.
Any what,
I'll
songs?
play you one of mine. All right, yeah, let's see what I got.
Sean's gonna play for us, folks, so hang tight.
Oh, you brought that pretty guitar and he's
Yeah.
sitting there. We might as well use him.
I told
We
him-
don't get
I told him
live
bring
acts
it.
very often.
This guitar
You didn't think I was gonna just let him bring it for no reason and not use it.
is a prop. Well, which song do you guys want to hear? You want to hear the one we just released?
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
I know. I'm sure everybody'd love
You're
to
gonna
hear
cry.
that. You gonna cry?
It's tearjerker,
Tearjerker?
but it's a beauty.
I think it's a patriotic song.
This one, it's a little bit about hindsight and a little good luck.
We definitely all need some good luck right about now.
Kind of a love song, and actually, this is the one that made it all the way up to the top finalist for 2020.
That old red, oh, the songwriter, okay,
And, yeah, it's the newest single out, so if you guys, go to whatever digital streaming platform and give it
Spotify,
give it a
iTunes,
listen.
Apple, pretty much just about all of them, right?
Download,
TikTok.
download, buy it, share it, subscribe, or don't. Here we are, old friend. How long has it been? The years have done you in. Where'd all our time go? Why'd I move so slow? Always standing still. If I had my way, I'd go back to that day. This is what I'd say. Don't you take one more step without taking my hand. Don't you let someone else make you make your man. Don't you give away your heart ever again. Don't you let first thing that you wake up to see anyone else in this whole world but me. Baby, don't you ever let me that you need. Tell me if I got one more one last shot. Would you like to dance? Let's not take it slow. I know we both know here's our second chance. If I get my way, I tell you every day. Don't you take one more step without taking my hand. Don't you let someone else make you make your man. Don't you give away your heart ever again. Oh no, don't you let first thing that you wake up to see anyone else in this whole world but me. Baby, don't you ever let me that you leave. I'm praying for his sign. Let me know you will let me make you mine. Don't you take one more step without taking my hand. Don't you let someone else make you make your man. Don't you give away your heart ever again. Baby, baby, don't you let first thing that you wake up see anyone else in this whole world be. Baby, don't you ever let me let you leave. Oh no, let me let you leave.
That's right.
That was really good.
How many people have told you you sound like Travis Tritt?
Oh man, oh, man.
He's never heard it before.
I know, you've never heard that before, huh?
That's the nicest thing anyone's ever told me.
What,
So when you're at your shows, you play that acoustically or you play with a band?
We've got
I mean, this
full
song.
band.
he's got a hell of a fiddle,
Usually
he's got a hell of a fiddle player.
99.9% of the time that we do shows is just me and my fiddle player John's there, and it's just guitar and violin,
Yeah.
and he's hell on wheels.
Okay, this kind of song is one of those just Just put me on a stool in a spotlight with my
Yeah.
guitar,
Yeah.
and let everybody see how alone I am without my girl. That's what I saw with that song. I was like, man, I'm nothing without you. That's good, man.
Thank you
I
very
appreciate
much.
it.
Oh, I appreciate
It's a good
that.
song.
Would you consider your music outlaw, or just a little bit of maybe a good old country boy music,
Man,
or maybe a mixture of both, maybe?
Yeah, I don't know.
Depends on the shine.
Yeah. Depends on everything we've had, yeah.
Or the swamp water, one or the other.
Yeah, that river water, that's right.
So who were your influences growing up?
You know, my dad listened to a lot of, he listened to country, but he also listened to a lot of soft rock growing up. So I grew up listening to a lot of, the Eagles, Bob Seger, and Creedence, and Skinner, those guys, Tom Petty. And then also on the same token, Johnny Cash. My dad bodyguarded him for a little bit. So like Waylon Jennings and all the old guys, and also Garth Brooks. Clint Black and Alan Jackson were big, and then I'd say probably one of my favorites is Daryl Singletary.
He had a voice that would not stop.
Man, that guy, he passed almost 3 years ago.
Mhm.
That was we probably lost the best voice in country music. But he was awesome. Actually, I got the first time I played with him was at Barn in Sanford.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the barn don't do too much like they used to anymore.
They're
I mean, I can remember
They're coming back. A little
They're
bit.
trying
As far as
to, but-
goes.
it's not what well with the COVID screwing everything up too. I think I think that they could do a lot better. I mean, that's just my opinion.
They get up church and that kind of
Right, that
bullshit. I said it.
Yeah.
yeah, it's
That's,
well, it was funny because I was coming from Sanford. I was at the Sanford Brewing Company. I was there seeing Carly Joe, and me and my buddy was driving back, and we were coming down 772. We seen all the fire trucks. So I got on Twitter, or I got on Facebook, and was asking what's going on. And somebody said the floor just collapsed.
Yep.
Oh, so
Up church
I
concert.
posted it. I posted it one time on Florida Country Radio, and it went 400,000 hits within one day. And I'm thinking, so I guess everybody knows what I am.
That was when
I
Up
mean,
Church
it
was
was
there.
everywhere.
He started playing that hillbilly,
Yeah,
and everyone
hillbilly,
jumped
yeah.
around. It's like the whole floor collapsed.
Yeah,
Could you imagine being there when that happened?
and that's a 6 foot. That's almost a 6 foot drop from that floor to the concrete that's underneath it.
Good Lord, I didn't realize.
Well, it's all down low.
It's all
now.
down low, yeah.
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 We were just there a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, that
There's
was
the little barn.
Bill won. What was it? The
I
hottest-
won.
Oh yeah, I
Boston.
seen that.
I'm officially the sexiest man in Sanford. Can you come take my title?
No, he's just the craziest man to do that kind of stuff. That's what it is. But it's the barn's just not. I mean, back in the days, I mean, you can walk in the barn any day of the week, anytime, and see all the pictures and artists that has been there.
Well, it
And
used to be
20
country.
That's what I'm saying. It used to be country because you had what was that? What was the weekly band that played there all the time? It was something Creek, I think. I want to say Sugar Creek or not Sugar Creek. Spruce Creek Band or something. I don't know. They had a nightly band that they had a house band there, and that was before they opened up that place down here at the strip mall right there on 1792, where they tried to make another night. It was that old church out there on the back right there on right there off of 427. But yeah, it was the days when country music. That's when Miss Libby owned it. That's when it was. That was when it was the barn in St.
Well, clubs anymore are getting to be like, of course, I come from comedy. They're getting to be, I need to make money.
It's
So
the
they
kids. It's the damn kids.
Well, I like it from comedy. If you go down to and I love the Improv, and I've performed there several times, but you go to a place like the Improv, and they're bringing in somebody like, what's the guy from Top Gun? Not Cruise, but
Anthony Edwards or
no, the other guy, the Iceman.
oh, Val Kilmer.
Val Kilmer. Before he lost his voice, he came in and did a whole Mark Twain thing. They brought in Jake the Snake Roberts. They brought in Mankind, whatever his name is. So they bring in all these celebrity guys that aren't even funny.
Yeah.
Same thing with the
Just because they'll
nightclub.
sell tickets.
because they don't sell tickets. And I get to see Val Kilmer, shoot, yeah, I'm gonna pay, $30 a ticket. Just like some of these nightclubs, you have the good country music places, but now, look, I gotta pay the bills. So I'm bringing in Upchurch, I'm bringing in some of these other guys, because it's all about the business. I don't really, so sometimes you wonder if these promoters and these owners really care about the artistry, whether it's music or comedy or whatever, as opposed to, I'm just in for the buck. Just like some of these execs sit on the board, like RCA and
But
Sony
they're all-
and all this stuff. It's all about what's gonna bring in the bottom dollar. You see all these artists that rotate. You hear, oh man, this is the greatest thing. Well, the next week is like, no, this is the greatest thing. Because, their light has shown, we're moving on to the next thing.
They're all trying to get their niche though to figure out how they can work with the switch over.
Right.
It's
But that's what I appreciate with you. You didn't come here trying to sound like somebody that's on the radio right now. You came out sound like who you were. I'm going to make it with my sound.
but he still sounds like a superstar.
And he's still, yeah. I mean, like you said, Travis Tritt, you can't top him out like that.
When somebody's got a voice, right off the bat they're going to be good. It's just
I dated a girl.
But the
once
thing
that
about
said she
today
looked
and
like
back
shit.
then is in the music industry, if you don't have a couple 100,000 followers and about 2 million in your pocket, the label companies are not going to listen to you. I'm here to say, young artists, listen. You start your own label. You start producing your own music, start marketing your own stuff, start making your own stuff and selling your own stuff. That way, you don't have to worry about the middleman. I'm sorry, and I got tons of people that agree with me. BMI, ASCAP, all they are is glorified insurance companies.
Well, and that's where this kind of environment, you can probably see it as far as a songwriter and you're making your own songs with Spotify and all these things. Now, this, because there's no concerts, there's no RCA, there's none of these people who are making any money, they're trying to find a way. And these independent artists have been doing it for years. I've been on Spotify. I'm already above the game that these other guys are trying to catch up to. You find that you found more followers during COVID and this kind of season as opposed to before, or
I think we did make a bigger, we get a bigger market share this year, but that was mainly because we had to get creative and we had to kind of get out of our comfort zone too. And that's why we decided, we were supposed to release our whole EP that we did up in Nashville last summer. And we spent a lot of money on this EP. We used the best players. We used Garth Brooks, keys player. We used Robert Plant, Emily Harrison, bass player. One of Vince's steel players, Ricky Skaggs, fiddle player. Like we stocked it. So as if it was a Hollywood movie, it had all the it had Robert De Niro and
It was heat.
Like, it was
Exactly. Everybody.
or as the kids say, oh man, it's lit.
Yeah. But you couldn't do that, so we had to kind of figure out a way to put marketing dollars behind these campaigns and get out of order. We found out our biggest, the first single we put out, we started looking at the data coming back in. We found out that our biggest group of listeners is in Norway. And
Well, that's because a lot of the people in other countries, especially artists, for some reason are trying to get into the United States to make their music because the way they sing over there is going by the wayside. They're really kind of 10 years behind because their number one hits back then or now is the Johnny Cashes and the Dolly Partons and stuff like that. They're slowly but surely catching up with the new country, but a lot of the old country is still in other countries, and that's why they're congregating their way over to the United States, to Nashville and Texas and stuff like that, is because they want to get in with the in crowd of country music, whether it be bro country or pop country or whatever. So.
Yeah, y'all may be too young to remember David Hasselhoff when he was playing music.
Oh, I remember.
I figured. But
He's younger than you.
I know, I'm probably the oldest one here. But people all make fun of it. Because he always goes, man, I'm big in Germany, I'm big in Europe, I'm big in this. And then now you listen to these artists, dude, money's money. I don't care if it's Norway money, Germany money, or American money.
He was on top of the charts in Germany.
Yeah, he was huge over there. He's big. And then you talk about Norway. I was looking at my TikTok here a couple months ago, and like I'm huge in Chillin.
really,
Yeah, I'm like, really? But it's like, well,
That's
okay.
just because they're trying to figure out who you are.
Well, that's back when I was showed that gator out there.
Oh, well, yeah, they're looking for food.
Oh, yeah.
oh,
But it's crazy where you start looking. You have all these analytics now showing where your music is hitting and where it is popular, where it's coming in. I said, they want to make money.
That's the one thing that like, the lady, who's kind of helping me navigate through PR and social media and everything, she's like, gotta get on TikTok. Yeah, that's where everyone is right now. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's another thing I gotta do on top of Instagram.
Right, exactly. But the thing about TikTok, that's what, when they say that's where everybody is. Yeah, that's where all the 15 to 24-year-old kids
Not
are.
anymore.
Right.
Well,
No,
but
there's a lot.
but most of your market, that's the target market for the music industry, is between 15 and 24. If they're 15 years of age, they want your music or they like it, they're either going to pay for it or they're going to get mommy and daddy to pay for it. One way it's going to get bought.
Yeah.
So that's why they target that market.
But I think ultimately it all boils down to that number.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's how many followers you have and how many comments are in that picture will kind of dictate, what you get out of
And
it.
they want organic numbers. They don't want the job paid for numbers.
Oh, yeah.
They
Well, she was telling me, I was on the phone call with our PR person this afternoon. She said Spotify just took down some 750,000 songs today that were, and what people were doing is they were taking the songs and then they were putting them on a playlist over and over again and looping it. So, and they'll set up a bunch of different playlists and so all of a sudden overnight you'll have, 20,000 plays, it's basically stealing the Spotify pays for this, even though it's practically a penny, 20,000 pays is, I think, $100. But still,
Sorry, bucks I didn't have.
yeah, right. And, but there's so much of that out there, and they're really cracking down on these bots and some of these scams, which the best thing you can do is to get those organic followers, because that's how you get better results in their algorithm. Those organic followers that are listening to you are listening to these guys, and it's going to slowly put you in those feeds.
It's a hare and tortoise race.
It is, yeah.
It is. So you get these bots, and I'm a hare, I'm way out front, but who ends up winning the race? The guy that does the organic, it's a little slower,
Yeah.
but you still end up.
They've always been trying to take over the media industry. That's what, when Obama was in office, that's what they were fighting, trying to take over the internet. We said you can't control the internet because the internet's free realm. It's openly free to the country. But now they just find other ways to control it now. I mean, they're gonna try, especially a company called the Sound Exchange. They're busting balls on radio stations that they haven't even messed with in 15, 20 years. Now they're all already, threatening to do this and do that. It's a money gain to them. Them people do not need to be sitting up on them executive chairs and making a couple $100,000 a day for doing nothing.
You got the crooked PR people who pay the bots, play my artist's song, so that I can go to RCA and say, look, man, he's got 100 million followers on whatever it is,
right,
or listeners, and then they get a crack contract, then I get money. It's crazy. I'd rather have organic than anything.
Yeah, at least you can count on that. Those are as that number grows, and as long as you're not a bad person, you keep those people with you.
right,
Alive, and you do your job and give them good content, and give them good songs. You stay diligent to your craft. I think that in a way, like a lot of these unsigned artists, independent artists that came up, blew up, the Tyler Childers and the Cody James, those guys, as long as they keep doing what they're doing, then they're never gonna.
I think it's going to come down to it to where the music industry is going to run away people from Spotify and iTunes and Apple. Somebody's going to come up with a platform to where you can get on there and play your music. Just my question is, case in point, this quarantine karaoke page, it has over 900,000 people on Facebook that they get to go on there and sing karaoke songs. We're talking cover songs. They don't ever get shut down. So why is that? Now, why can't Facebook shut them down, but they'll go and turn around and shut somebody else down that plays a cover song of another artist?
Right.
It makes no sense.
Well, that kind of goes to why would this lady
Exactly.
not be able to open a restaurant, but there's a Hollywood film set.
And
this
right,
lot.
this page just happened to pop up overnight. Yeah. Right, all before all this stuff was happening with Facebook and them taking down all the music that's played, it's basically an algorithm. If Facebook hears something, their algorithm, if it hears something as far as the music, that's when they block it.
Well, that's what happens with Twitter. or
Yeah, with
Twitter,
live music though, they
TikTok.
can't hear it. They can't hear the live music because it's a totally different sound.
Like I had, one of my TikToks was me dancing with a pig we were getting ready to cook. So we had a nice pig like this. And it was Georgia Satellite song. They were changing my pocket, and I had that pig up there dancing. And I had about 20,000 views on that. Next thing I know, I get reported. And then I'm like, no, man, it's just a.
Probably somebody from P.
Well, somebody
Or,
reported it from
yeah.
PETA. Somebody
From
reported.
PETA.
What happens is these algorithms see that somebody reported. It's not even a real person. It hits
Right.
It hits their computer thing, and then finally, if it gets protested about being reported, and that's when somebody actually goes in and listens to it. And that kind of stuff. So that happens.
Yeah.
Yes.
With our distribution with TuneCore, TikTok is just like Spotify or TouchTunes or anything, like it's just a digital ESP, so it's its own entity, it's a store. Are we distributing that store? Yep. So, that way everyone counts the numbers, it's still licensed through us, and everything, but,
And you get away with it too, because TikTok only is like 30 seconds to a minute
Something
cut
like
anyway. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
it's just like, man, I gotta get better at that now. I gotta figure out how to navigate my way through. It's always, hey, I'll come dance with one of your pigs. And
There you go, we'll do that.
Followers.
You give me a Python.
I even tried to go on Twitch. They're doing it on Twitch now. I can't even do my shows on Twitch with music because they're going to kick them off. They've taken accustomed to what Facebook and Instagram and all these other ones are doing. If they hear music, well, I guess it's because they've probably been threatened.
Is it a copyright issue?
Democrat. It is to a point, but if you really want to talk copyright issues, nobody in their right mind, I say right mind, is going to try to steal your music. They would literally have to take it and remake another song with that version of song to make it could be considered a copyright infringement. Because even if it does end up in courts, BNI and ASCAP said, oh yeah, we'll be in court with you to help you. You're going to be in court anyways to defend it because it's your music. It's what or if the songwriter's there, it's what he or she wrote. So yeah, there's a lot more than what people just say copyright infringement. There's a lot that goes behind. Stairway to Heaven. That song was in court for how many years? 25, 30 years.
Yeah.
Until they finally settled it because just one little note out of tune was the difference of making it copyright infringement or not. They played, it was hell, 25, 30 years before they finally settled. BEARDICOUS, tell us one thing nobody knows about you, but I'm sure everybody in Orlando knows something about you.
Not like being on the spot.
I know, I don't.
Damn, I caught him off guard.
I have no idea. I'm pretty open to the damn public, man.
Okay, besides Facebook, tell everybody one thing that nobody knows about that you do not on Facebook.
I got one.
Oh,
yeah.
see, he probably got one.
Bill can pee like 25 feet.
Oh, there you go. The more you know, right?
And I can run underneath it.
Oh,
True story.
See now.
okay, now that's the story. That's the kind of shit we want to hear. Tell us the story about this.
I don't know if there's just one
Story.
story.
I never really thought nothing about it. We were on the Holcomb party one night, and I just went around the side of the floor with her pissed.
And she come running around.
Well, there was somebody back there was like, oh my God, what is that? It's not real. Yeah. It looked like from here to the corner, easy.
Damn.
And
That's
then
like
I just
that's like
became a
spitting
thing
water
around
on
the
the
whole
sea.
boss guy could piss 20 feet.
That's like spitting water on the sea. Sean, one thing that nobody knows about you.
Anything you can help? I helped you with yours. Well, that's the thing, you live your life basically completely public all the time. I feel like
true.
all the, hours of banter on stage and embarrassing stories I've shared about myself. I don't know if there is anything yet to be discovered.
Yeah, man. I know you mean
I
pretty well.
I also can play the cello a little bit.
There you go. See,
I did think of one thing.
I bet you know this.
Did the tour of Alcatraz. We were out in San Francisco and I took a shit in prison.
There you go. And you don't have a prison number for it.
Yeah.
But I don't know, if you don't be careful, Biden will probably have us in concentration camp, so he may have a prison number sooner or
Probably
later.
call my house and I can't prove I did that.
One thing that nobody knows about you. You don't have to get down to deep. Just tell something off the wall crazy.
One time she,
Oh, he's on
one time
telling you.
they were like live streaming like a game or something at one of
Oh,
the
God.
college bars in UT, and I forget the name of the bar. And
Nashville.
so she got a hold of like the laptop or whatever that was streaming the game
Uh-huh.
and put Pornhub on.
No, you didn't.
Yeah.
That's live right there. That's all. That's recorded now.
So hopefully statute of limitations are gone.
That's right. UT, don't pay no attention to this.
That's my favorite bar, and I know all the bartenders and like security. There's normally a really long wait. It's one of the more popular bars on our campus. And I just jump right to the front. They're like, "You're good. Bring whoever you want in." And so I'm pretty well liked there. But I did that one thing that night, and they were laughing. They're like, "I'm sorry, you gotta get out of here." They're like, "You're gonna be
And
banned."
you're still going to school there, right?
Yeah, and they're like, "You're gonna be banned
Oh,
for
okay.
2 weeks." And I came back in the next day, and they're like, "Yeah, we don't care." It's fine.
Wow. One thing. Come
You
on.
had all this.
You're with this guy. I know
You had
you
all
got
this
some
stuff to
stuff.
think about.
Apparently she can run
I
under
can do a
feet.
fantastic cartwheel.
A cartwheel? There you go.
And look, you know, y'all watch Friends? Have you seen Phoebe run? That's
Yeah.
how cartwheel is.
Is it like Crane's cartwheel on The Office?
That's
Worse.
oh.
Fine.
I think they were drunk when they did it.
I was not.
Trying to help you out here,
I know.
man.
Not that good.
They were in Nashville on some boardwalk. She's like, watch out.
What's that people don't know about you?
Oh, yeah.
You can play Slayer on the banjo. Oh, yeah. That I did.
I can tell you one thing that nobody knows about me. Y'all know who Ben Jones is, right?
No.
Scooter from Dukes of Hazzard.
Oh, yeah.
He is my uncle by marriage.
No way.
Yes, he's married to my dad's sister, or was until I got divorced. So technically, I was part of his family by marriage for a couple of years. So, but yeah, nobody knows about that. So I'm related to the Dukes of Hazzard, baby.
Not anymore.
That's where I get love. I'm still part of that. Well, yeah, play us one more song before we get ready to go. What are you gonna play this time?
One more? Sure, okay.
How about your breakup song?
There you go. Play a breakup song. Anybody needs a breakup song?
Okay. That one. All right. So a little thing some people probably don't know is I wrote this song in the bathroom.
Break it up with friends.
He was taking the Browns to the Super Bowl. Speaking of the Browns may go to the Super Bowl this year. Thank you very much.
He calls me in to break up the thirds. I'm pissed so hard. This one half of the flush.
Break it up with my dinner. No, it's
Right. Jack him.
a true story, and I think everyone here has done this.
Break up turds? No, I don't think I would.
Didn't this gal always wish somebody wrote a song about her?
Got a song. She got a song. I won't say who. Today, after your toothbrush away, ain't been used in months now, it's well gone, is overstayed. I said it took me a while to realize your smile ain't never gonna smile again my way. So today, after your toothbrush away, those earrings from our first date that I love and laying on my nightstand. And your fake eyelashes look like caterpillars staring at me. Next to them, I can't say that it's been easy living with your accessories. Remind me that you gone away. I've got an empty bag, hell, I ain't even sad. I'll go in all your shit away. Today, after your toothbrush ain't been used in months now, it's well gone, it's overstayed. I said it took me a while to realize your smiling never gonna smile again my way. Today, after your toothbrush away. me at the gym. She asked me where you been. I said, take your name off of our family plan. She told me there's a contract and a $50 fine, but to take you off, I'd pay the grand. I told her you were gone. She said, don't worry about that song. Just go on and have a nice day. I'll wait for $50 and you might be in luck. The QB on the treadmill's looking your way. Today, I threw 2 bucks away. Ain't been using all the time. Welcome is overstayed. I think it'll be a while till you like your white smile. It's never gonna smile in my way. Today, I threw 2 bucks away.
Yeah, I like that one. I like that one. Tell everybody where they can get your music at.
You can find our music, or you can look us up at www.seanholcomb.com. It's SeanHolcomb.com. And we got links. You can find us anywhere you find your music. And yeah, check out our dates. We'll be playing as long as they'll keep letting us play.
What's the next place you're playing at? Do you know offhand?
We'll be right here in Sanford Saturday for the big Lake Monroe fishing tournament.
Oh, that's the official. It's a fishing tournament. I think they're also having like a
Seafood
sea festival. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
yeah, we'll be playing the main stage outside of the West End between 2 and 5, and then at 9 o'clock we'll be at Celery City playing a couple sets over there too. So.
And where's that?
That's downtown Sanford.
Downtown Sanford.
All right.
Sanford,
Downtown
yeah.
Sanford, yeah. Where the fancy street is, where they've redone just about everything.
Heck yeah. And there's a little something coming to downtown Sanford too. You guys probably see. I can't say anything about it yet. But
Coming from to what? From you?
yeah, you'll be seeing a lot of me in Sanford, put it that way.
You're moving?
No, that's almost it.
Oh,
You'll know
can't have
it
that
when you
again.
drive by it. Yep.
Yeah, but see, I went first dibs on it though. That's the thing. So I gotta.
Well, it's because of our show.
I know,
Oh yeah, I'll let you guys
Come back on.
And we want all exclusive rights to all photographs and all videos.
Of what?
Of everything that we do for them.
know. Okay, sounds good. Hey, you had me at coleslaw wrestling.
We need to get you out there for bike week. So follow us also, the Barbecue Beach channel. If you if you got a recipe that you want to drop it off on our page. Just post it and leave comments, or you can type it up, whatever kind of recipe you got that you want to put on there for barbecue cooking. Don't forget to check out Mr. Clevenger over there. Mr. I don't know what he is, but just check him out. You can follow him on VicClevenger.com. You can find him on his Facebook. He's got Instagrams. He's got Snapchat. He's got TikTok. Also, check us out on Chimney Cartel. You can also find him there. He does a lot of cooking and stuff on there. Of course, our Grillin and Chillin show every Wednesday night here at 5 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, 4 p.m. for you Nashville people. I don't know why y'all are an hour behind us. You guys are just like right up the street. So,
10 hours.
yeah, and it's a straight shot. So I don't know how they get that extra hour. But anyways, thanks for hanging with us. Make sure you check us out, the Barbecue Beach channel. We will have something good coming up here next week. We're going to be cooking on our new pit from the barrelcooker.com. Thanks to them. Thanks to Papa Rico's, one of our sponsors. Also to the Fire Pit Company USA. If you want to help us or you want to donate or sponsor us, let us know. We'll be glad to work on your stuff for you on our show. We will be glad to try out your product and do a live show with it. But mostly just send money. That's what we need now.
We like money.
We like money. Money can do a lot for us.
All of us like money.
But I think 2021 is going to be big for Florida. Depends on what happens. Hope, cross our fingers, we don't get shut down for 6 months. But Florida's, I think Florida this year will be good for music. So keep in touch with us. We got a lot of things happening. NASCAR's coming up. I'm working on some stuff with NASCAR and the Barbecue Beach channel. So keep watching for that. Guys, thanks for hanging with us tonight here on the show.
Thanks for
You're always welcome to come back and hang with us. Yeah. Victor, you got anything else?
I got nothing, man. Thanks for coming.
You got
Good song.
nothing.
I'm looking you up on TikTok.
Oh, yeah, I'll give you a call.
All right, yeah, we'll work it out.
Make sure you go see Sean this weekend down in Sanford at the seafood festival and the fishing tournament. Supposed to be a good time, but until then, see ya. See ya. Shut it off.
They're all like,
And we're out-ish.
That's good. I got the end of that right there. That works out good.